In the top stories, reggae takes over Warner Park on night 2 of the St. Kitts Music Festival. The police are warning music festival patrons that traffic and public safety laws will be strictly enforced. And Prime Minister Dr. Terence Drew says the significant upgrades at the JNF Hospital are strengthening healthcare in the Federation. The details on these stories and more after the break.
It's something that you can't put into words. A buzz in the air. From the time you wake up, you're ready to go. The freedom, the fantasy, the fete. To know it is to live it and love it. You have to experience it. If you know, you know. Angostura White Oak Rum. New look, same vibes inside.
Welcome to the ZIZ Major Newscast. I am Jamie Morris. Reggae music held the spotlight on night 2 of the 2026 St. Kitts Music Festival. Coming on the heels of an energetic opening night featuring soca artists, the reggae artists delivered equally entertaining performances. Opening the show was the legendary reggae band Third World, whose music has resonated with many generations. Mixed in between the reggae performances was R&B star Kehlani, who captivated the audience with her performance. Local artist Rodney Tatat also held down the spotlight, showing that St. Kitts and Nevis has talent that can hold its own on any stage in the world. Bringing the show to an end at just around 5 a.m. this morning was the headline act, Massacre, who left his fans in St. Kitts and Nevis with a performance to remember. In other news, the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force is warning music festival patrons that traffic and public safety laws will be strictly enforced throughout the remainder of the event. The traffic department reported a busy opening night, issuing dozens of tickets and towing a number of vehicles that were illegally parked around Warner Park.
The traffic department issued 30 traffic tickets last night around the festival, at average $100 per ticket. The tow truck towed 15 vehicles, with some getting some chances.
Police also say they will increase the number of officers and private security personnel to enforce the Federation's public smoking ban during the festival. Assistant Commissioner of Police Andre Mitchell said a designated smoking area has been provided inside the venue, which should be used.
So I'm pleading to our patrons, our guests, that we have designed a 420 or a designated smoking area, and just stick in your area. You do your stuff there and you get down on the grounds free of any marijuana.
Patrons are also being encouraged to follow the one-way traffic system around the stadium and leave all prohibited items at home to help ensure a safe and enjoyable festival. Minister of Health, Prime Minister Dr. Terence Drew says major upgrades to the Joseph and Franz General Hospital are part of a broader effort by his administration to modernize healthcare and improve the quality of care available in St. Kitts and Nevis. Speaking during Thursday's roundtable press conference, Dr. Drew said the government has made significant investments to upgrade both the hospital's facilities and the services it provides.
I want to announce today that we have now fully AC'd the hospital. We have AC on medical ward, surgical ward, oncology, pediatrics, obs and gynae, outpatient department, all of the departments, and the areas in the psychiatric ward where we can put them as well. So for the first time, the hospital is fully AC'd out. And why we do that? That was part of our plan because, again, with climate change, the temperature was rising. So I went there yesterday to see the system. The nurses and patients are extremely happy that now they have a hospital that is fully AC'd.
The Prime Minister also confirmed this week's announcement that the refurbished private ward will reopen for the first time since the COVID-19 pandemic.
And we are on the verge now of opening up the private ward. We have refurbished the private ward, upgraded the private ward, and the private ward will be open, I think, within the next month to 6 weeks as well.
Dr. Drew also provided an update on the new MRI facility, describing it as one of the most advanced specialized medical buildings ever constructed in the Federation.
With respect to the MRI facility, the building is almost done, is 95% complete. It is the first of its kind, I think maybe in the OECS. It's a very advanced structure. And so the MRI itself will be coming from the Netherlands with Philips, and that MRI, we are in constant meeting. Every week there's a meeting with Philips and us because of the type of advanced machine that we need. We know in St. Kitts there are 2 containerized MRIs that are available, which we want to continue to serve. But what we are simply saying is that we needed an MRI with an MRI suite that goes beyond what a containerized MRI machine can do. So some people would ask, why is it taking this time? It is because it's a specialized building. Our people here are now gaining the experience of how to build these type of facilities. In addition, these buildings have stipulations down to the radiation, the electromagnetic field around the building, because the MRI is a big magnet that is spinning. And you have to make sure that the electromagnetic field around the building and all the other stipulations are in order.
These infrastructure upgrades are being matched by expanded clinical services, including the appointment of the Federation's first cardiologist, adding to a growing team of specialists now available at the hospital. According to Prime Minister Drew, the Labour administration's objective is to ensure that more people can access high-quality diagnosis and treatment as part of a wider healthcare transformation agenda. After the break, Child Month celebrations ended on Friday with a colorful march through the streets of Bastille, and health officials took free HIV testing and health screenings into the heart of Bastille on Friday. The details after this.
You loved the savings before, now we're doubling everything. It's the SL Horsefits Furniture and Appliances and Ashley Furniture Home Store Double Cash Back Magic event.
Feel the magic everywhere.
Double the deals, double the savings, double the magic. Get free groceries, just double it. That means double cash back, double the free groceries, double the savings, double the magic, double the excitement across the entire store. Upgrade your living room, refresh your bedroom, transform your dining space, grab new appliances, and save bigger than ever before. Why settle for free groceries when you can double it? It's your chance to shop smarter, save bigger, and reward your family double. Visit SL Horsefits Furniture and Appliances and Ashley Furniture Home Store now before it's over. Double the deals, double the free groceries, double the magic, double the cash back.
Cashback magic is here. Whenever you need us, we're here. Here in every little moment. Here for our communities. Here in laughter. Here in stress. Here in heart. We're more than a service. We're part of your story. Here with you always. The Cable, here with you always.
Can I get a wow? It's the sound you'll make when you get out alone. From a place you once knew to a dream home come true. Wow, for a home like new. Wow, it's the effect you'll get when you upgrade your home.
Upgrade, improve, enhance your home with National Bank's Wow Mortgage. For the effect you'll get when you upgrade your home. Lowest interest rate guaranteed and the most favorable terms.
It's Wow Mortgage. Can I get a wow?
Welcome back. Hundreds of children, teachers, parents, and education officials filled the streets of Bastille on Friday as the Federation marked the culmination of Child Month 2026. Leading the procession were Governor General Dame Marcella Liebert and Minister of Education, Deputy Prime Minister Dr. Jeffrey Hanley, who shared his thoughts on the day's activities.
I want to commend the Child Korea unit for putting on yet another successful Child Month. All of the activities were well executed, and the theme they're using this year is curing the bodies with the best, and it is indeed showcasing the need for good nutrition, movement, rest, all of the important elements that would help a child to grow into an adult. And from the Ministry of Education, we are pleased to lend our support to early childhood in all of the areas that we have worked in on improving early childhood development. St. Kitts and Nevis did a commodity country for early childhood and development program. We are honored every year to showcase this.
Also present was Nevis Education Minister Troy Liburd. The march brought together schools from across the Federation to celebrate the nation's children and promote their health, well-being, and development. As the procession passed government headquarters, Prime Minister Dr. Terence Drew greeted the participants. This year's activities were held under the theme, Fueling Our Bodies with the Best, which promoted healthy eating, good nutrition, and active lifestyles among children throughout St. Kitts and Nevis. Free HIV testing and a range of other health services were made available to the public on Friday as St. Kitts and Nevis observed Regional Testing Day. The initiative, hosted at Independence Square by the National Advisory Council on HIV/AIDS and the Ministry of Health, offered free HIV screening, blood pressure and blood sugar tests, mental health support, and dental services. Regional Testing Day is a Caribbean-wide public health campaign led by the Pan-Caribbean Partnership Against HIV and AIDS, or PANCAP, to encourage people to know their HIV status and access early testing. Health officials said the initiative also helps reduce the stigma surrounding HIV while promoting the importance of regular health screenings. Participants were also encouraged to make routine health checks part of their overall wellness. Coming up in regional news, the death toll from Venezuela's earthquakes has climbed above 900 as the search for survivors continues. And a retired U.S. soldier has been sentenced to 22 years for the murder of a Jamaican man. The details in a moment.
Whenever you need us, we're here. Here in every little moment. Here for our communities. Here in laughter. Here in stress. Here in heart. We're more than a service. We're part of your story. Here with you always. The Cable. Here with you always.
Swipe your card, live your life. National Bank Life is nice. You can spend it when you want it, how you like, where you like. Swipe your card, live your life. National Bank Life is nice. Home or away, any time of the day. Credit or debit, right in your pocket. With National Bank card, so many benefits. Oh yeah, the choice is yours. Just come and embrace it.
Live your life your way with purchases big or small. Mango, nuts, breadfruit and all.
You can spend it when you want it, how you like, where you like. Swipe your card, live your life. National Bank Life is nice.
Here are your hosts for Value Mart IGA Blue Tag Special.
Running June 25th to July 8th.
Pearl Milk Pancake, $11.99 each. Pearl Milk Syrup, just $13.99. Ocean Spray Cranberry Cocktails, $13.99. Essential Everyday Mayonnaise, just $20.99. Essential Everyday Stir Fry and Vegetable Mixes, $8.99. Multi-meal bag cereals, $19.99.
And now, our value deals. The Duncan Hine Cake Mix, $6.99. Ragu Spaghetti Sauce, $12.99. Downy Liquid Fabric Softener, $27.99. Hamad Deodorant, $8.99. Extra Laundry Detergent, $12.99. The Colgate Toothpaste, $6.99. Shop Smart, Shop Value Mart. Tell them in Spanish.
Sea listo y haga sus compras aquí en Value Mart.
This summer, the Caribbean's premier music experience returns. Welcome to the 28th edition of the St. Kitts Music Festival, featuring the incredible Kilani, Fantasia, Beres Hammond, Luciano, Soca King Marshall Montano, Soca Sensation Voice, and Vaughn. Dancehall giant Movado, Idonia, and the new wave, Valiant. Also featuring Massacre, Cranium, Taurus Riley, Steel Pulse, Dean Fraser and the Black Soil Band, Shanil Mir, Diani, Rodney Tatat, and Zoo. The legendary New Vibes Band International, Brandon and ASAP Band, Telly and Signal Band. Plus, Edwin Yearwood and Crossfire, Lucas H.E. and Garlic and the Upper Level Band. June 25th to June 27th, Warner Park Cricket Stadium, St. Kitts. Get your tickets now at stkitsmusicfestival.com. The St. Kitts Music Festival, where music meets paradise.
In regional news, the death toll from Venezuela's devastating earthquakes continues to climb as rescue teams race to find survivors amid widespread destruction and growing frustration over the pace of relief efforts. We hear more in this report.
Desperate Venezuelans and rescue teams raced to find survivors in La Guaira on Friday. Amid a shortage in heavy equipment, some residents searched through the rubble by hand. One of the earthquake victims, Jennifer Palacios, appealed for assistance. She said her 6-year-old son and 5 other relatives remain buried in the city's 8-tower Hugo Chavez housing complex, adding that they need cranes to reach those trapped. The government said the death toll from the 2 powerful earthquakes rose over 900, while more than 50,000 people were reported missing. A UN report estimated direct damage from the magnitude 7.2 and 7.5 quakes at about $6.7 billion. The ground shook once again Friday afternoon, a weaker 4.9 temper that was felt in the capital Caracas and nearby Maracay. Foreign rescue teams, including some from countries long at odds with Venezuela, began arriving late on Thursday and into Friday. In Caracas, residents organized relief efforts, distributing clothes and other supplies.
Also in regional news, a retired United States soldier has been sentenced to 22 years in prison after pleading guilty to the murder of a Jamaican man in Portland. Emil Tracy, 48, admitted to fatally shooting 43-year-old Craig Sr. outside his home in October 2022. Tracy also pleaded guilty to illegal possession of a firearm and received an 8-year sentence on that charge, which will run concurrently with the murder sentence. Prosecutors told the court that Sr. was called outside his home before he was shot and killed. Media reports said Tracy was allegedly involved in an intimate relationship with Sr.'s wife, a circumstance that emerged during the police investigation. Ahead in international news, Hezbollah has rejected a U.S. brokered security agreement between Lebanon and Israel, and Australia says it will double fines for social media companies that fail to keep children off their platforms. We'll have the details when we come back.
Trust in NCI, come to NCI, protect with NCI, only NCI, always here for you, always, NCI is here for you, always, whole life, term life for your peace, healthcare, health plans, no worries, home shield coverage, you're safe, choose NCI to secure your space, life challenges will come your way, but NCI brightens your day, through your life's journey, we're here to stay, NCI will protect you all the way, whole life, term life, NCI, come to NCI, protect with NCI, only NCI, always here for you, always, NCI is here for you, always.
In international news, Hezbollah has rejected a U.S. brokered security agreement between Lebanon and Israel, calling it a surrender to Israel just one day after it was signed. The group's leader, Naim Qassem, said the agreement undermines Lebanon's sovereignty because it links an Israeli military withdrawal to the disarmament of Hezbollah. Qassem insisted the group would continue its armed resistance, saying it had no intention of leaving the battlefield. His comments came as Israel confirmed it carried out a drone strike in southern Lebanon, targeting what it described as an individual who posed a threat to its forces. The security framework signed on Friday calls for a phased Israeli withdrawal from parts of southern Lebanon, while allowing Israeli troops to remain in a security zone during its implementation. Australia is moving to toughen its social media ban for children after new research found most under 16s are still using the platforms despite the restrictions. The government says it will double the maximum penalty for technology companies that repeatedly fail to prevent underage users from accessing their platforms, increasing the fine to 99 million Australian dollars. Authorities will also give the country's internet regulator stronger powers to require social media companies to show what steps they are taking to enforce the law. The announcement follows a study which found 85% of Australians aged 12 to 15 were still using social media 3 months after the ban took effect. Researchers said many young users were able to bypass age checks by declaring they were over 16 or using selfies that platforms accepted as proof of age. The Australian government says it is continuing to investigate several major social media platforms over their compliance with the law. When we return, we'll have another look at the stories that made the headlines. The news continues in a moment.
Trust in NCI, come to NCI, protect with NCI, only NCI. Always here for you, always. NCI is here for you, always. Whole life, term life for your peace. Healthcare, health plans, no worries. Home shield coverage, you're safe. Choose NCI to secure your space. Life challenges will come your way, but NCI brightens your day. Through your life's journey, we're here to stay. NCI will protect you all the way. Whole life, term life for your peace. Healthcare, health plans, no worries. Home shield coverage, you're safe. Choose NCI to secure your space. Trust in NCI, come to NCI, protect with NCI, only NCI. Always here for you, always. NCI is here for you, always.
Here's a recap of the top stories. Reggae takes over Warner Park on night 2 of the St. Kitts Music Festival. The police are warning music festival patrons that traffic and public safety laws will be strictly enforced. And Prime Minister Dr. Terence Drews says the significant upgrades at the JNF Hospital are strengthening healthcare in the Federation. That brings us to the end of the ZIZ Major Newscast. Thank you for joining us. I am Jamie Morris.